what disappoints me is I'm talking to some young person and I said, "Oh, your father." Oh, he said, "I don't want to talk about it." Now, that's when that person dies, the end of the story. You've got every family should relate the story, relate what happened during their lives.
The young people of today are really greatly interested in what their grandfathers and fathers and great-grandfathers for the First World War did. There's a resurgence in looking at Australian history.
The Temora Aviation Museum is located on the site of number 10 Elementary Flying Training School in the Riverina district of New South Wales. The museum maintains a unique collection of former military aircraft in flying condition and regularly displays them to the public. The focus of the collection is to honour airmen who fought for Australia or in support of Australia in time of conflict. Seeing and hearing these machines flying is wonderful. But there's another important part to the story, and that's where you come in. Because only you can add the vital ingredient to help us put these machines into context. Whether you're a pilot, aircrew, or served on the ground, you have an important contribution to make. The Unsung Heroes project is a series of interviews with the people who were there, who flew, crewed, or maintained these aircraft. Your experiences will help visitors understand how our aircraft were maintained, what they were like to fly, and how they were used in the defence of Australia. We have a studio at the museum where we film the interviews, but we can also come to you. A free copy will be sent to you on DVD. As part of the project, we're also scanning logbooks and photographs. If you haven't visited us yet, we'd love to see you at one of our showcase days held at the Temora Aviation Museum on the first and third Saturday of each month. Here are some excerpts to give you an idea of what the interviews are all about.
Just as I was going to break away, I felt a hard kick on the shin, and a really painful kick, and I looked down to see what it was, and I was astonished to see my bare foot sitting on the floor of the cockpit. The shoe and sock had gone, and it was still hanging on by some ligaments and things.
I suddenly realised going into the sun, all I'd got was silhouettes. I hadn't got a gyro sight, and I didn't know the wingspan of a 234 to set the manual. And I thought, my God, wait a minute, I'm closer than I think. I better have a shot before they see me.
I straightened out, the next thing, bang. And he went up past the rear turret, shot out the ailerons, shot out the trim tails, and we were going down like that, and I saw it on the clock, 360 miles per hour.
So I had a shot at the nearest one, hit it in the starboard engine, and he must have called something because the others just went straight into the cloud.
Well, they were doing their landing then, and we were cover, and the Focke-Wulf came in, and he swooped down. I thought, I'll get you, and I was pretty close to him, and he flew right across all the ships there, and they opened fire, and they didn't hit him, but they hit me. I was plastered.
The radar at Chodo told us that there were two funny-looking blips closing in very quickly on us, so we did a turnabout, and we crossed, and we didn't see them. And then the MiGs, let's call the blips MiGs now, they turned back onto a westerly heading, and we turned back on an easterly heading, and we crossed yet again. And of course, we're 150 nautical miles into enemy territory when this happened, so we got to think of fuel. So we kept going.
The two Mustangs that hit the mountain hit so close to one another that when the Americans found it in a day or two after, they reported it was a twin-engine aeroplane. That's how close they were together when they hit the top. They both got killed.
I know it's easy to say now, and I'm sitting on the ground, but Ted and I were both very much looking forward to an engagement because 15,000 feet was the Meteor's altitude. And if the MiGs had lost even a skerrick speed, we had them.
And I finally came down in a stubble field with a great bang. And I was busy pulling the parachute under my leg to keep it off the dirt when I suddenly saw a youth, about 16 or so, who'd been helping to stook corn, rushing at me with a pitchfork at the charge. It made me absolutely livid. I mean, just to be mistaken for a German in the first place was sick-making enough, but then have this silly ass going to stick a pitchfork into me. I gave a great bellow, piss off and get me an ambulance.
It's imperative that they retain what those of us who served in now the Second World War and Vietnam and Korea and now in the Middle East, what they did. Otherwise that history is going to be lost.
And the fact you talk about it allows the link of history to be joined up. I'm amazed that I hear it quite often, oh no, I don't want to talk about it. Well, I tell them straight out, well, I did. People might say, oh, you're skiding. Well, I said, I couldn't give a damn what you think. That's what I did.
I think to have a recording like this, it's real history. It will be one day. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift.
So it wasn't very courageous, it was a piece of cake.
If there's someone you know who'd like to share their story, please let us know. For further details, please contact the museum on 0269 771 088, or if you're on the internet, you can use the contact email on the screen.